Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video I want to show you a cool trick I found to have multiple mesh variations in a single instance mesh. This means that you can have many mesh variations with a single draw call. Everything happens in the materials using the UVs of the mesh. So let me show you an example. As you can see, my vines here on the walls, they look different, not the same thing repeated over and over again. So let me show you what my actual mesh looks like. Alright, this here is my mesh. As you can see, it consists of 5 different leaves. Each one of these leaves can sample from a different place in the UVs. For example, this leaf, as you can see, samples from this part of the UVs. This leaf samples from this part. You can have every leaf sampled from a different part in the UVs and then mask it out in the material to make it invisible. So now if I apply my material, as you can see, it masked out the other leaves and only these two are visible. Another way I use this technique is to spawn random smoke particles. As you can see, the particles spawned are different each time, and this is again because I did this trick with the UVs and every time I spawn a different mesh. So let me show you the material. This texture is the opacity mask for the leaves. As you can see, these are the 2 leaves that I have in my mesh, as you remember from the UVs. So basically, on each of my instances, I hide one of those 2 leaves to have multiple variations. Now let me show you how I mask out the one of the 2 leaves. Okay, in my material, I take the texture coordinates. Forget about this add right now. I mask out the G to take a horizontal gradient. I multiply it with how many lines I want my mask to have. Let me explain. As you can see, I have one leaf here and one in the middle. So if I have a line that is the 1/3 of the whole texture, then I can pan it around to hide one of the 2 leaves. So I multiply with 3, I fracturate and I subtract from this thing, and as you can see, I get this gradient. This is 0, this is 0.5 and this is 1. I multiply again by 3 so that this becomes the same color after the saturate. So after I saturate, this is all 1 and this is 0. I do it again from the other side. I just add a 1 minus before multiplying by 3, and if I multiply both of those, as you can see, now I have a line mask that is the 1/3 of the whole square. Now I can multiply it with my mask texture, and as you can see, I got only the middle leaf. Now this add is to pan the mask, so if I plug it right there, as you can see, now I got only the top leaf. So let me help you visualize how the mask moves. I will preview this and add a time right here with a sign. As you can see, the mask that we created pan around the square. So this way we can select different parts of the UVs. How I do it is I take per instance random, and if it's greater than 0.5 I don't pan it, and if it isn't I pan it by 0.3. So that was the trick. Let me show you what happens if I don't do this. If I just plug the texture in the opacity and hit apply, yeah, my vines are way too crowded and they look bad. But if I apply my masking, as you can see, it looks way better now. So yeah, that's the tutorial I had for you today. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you all in the next one.